Hello YouTube and welcome back to old Flads. It's party time, 700 subs down. Thank you so much for all your excellent support throughout the last 2 years. It's almost 2 years to the day since my first upload, and I didn't really think I'd get quite this far, and I'm now pretty confident that as a channel I can move on to 1,000, so that's cool. But today's video is of course the Q&A, and you guys asked some interesting questions. So I think we'll try and get this done as quickly as possible. But thank you, and just thank you, really, and hopefully I'll be able to give you some examples of my honesty towards you, because I do want to be a bit more open. Anyway, without further ado, let's get going. So the first question, I think it's important to cover the big questions first. Bone the Baker, after seeing Salis talk about a cheese wheel, Bone the Baker asked what a cheese wheel was. I then asked, is that actually your question? He said yes. A cheese wheel is a wheel of cheese. Yes, that's correct. It's a wheel of cheese. Literally. It's just a big round circle of cheese. I suppose you could put it on a Lazy Susan and spin it a little bit. That might help. Maybe. Anyway, so that's the big question out of the way now for the other questions. And it's been, interestingly about Bone, okay, Bone's been a subscriber to me for probably 18 months. He pops in and out, says hello, and that's about it. But he's always been there, like, for forever almost. It's awesome. I love that sort of thing, because it's nice to retain some of the guys that originally were here, and a lot of these questions are from people that have pretty much been with me since the start, which is an amazing thing. But with that difficult question out of the way, we're going to get on to some of the more philosophical questions. So Deputy Game is Salis, a good friend of mine. Congrats on 700, dude. That's a massive achievement. Here is my question. Given that the universe is infinite and there are infinite number of parallel infinite universes, how many potatoes could you fit in a cheese wheel? Now, I had to think about this one, because it's not as straightforward as it might appear. But bearing in mind there are a number of infinite parallel universes, it's quite obvious that the number of potatoes that you could fit in a cheese wheel is an oblong. It's obvious after I thought about it for a while. So the answer is an oblong. Next up, Goblin G. He's the original subscriber. He is my Lilith, which I'm sure he'll be massively impressed with. His question is, what the hell, man? My answer is, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, that'll do. Next up, Leroy. I met Leroy just before I joined Fullscreen Arcade, and that was getting on for sort of 16 months ago now. So it's been a while. I've known Leroy a while, and he's a friend of mine as well, as of most of you guys in here, which is something that's really important. It's not just so much about producing videos and you liking them. I get to play with you guys and talk to you guys a lot, and you're my friends in the true sense of the word, not like internet buddies, so to speak, like real friends. And not many people outside of the internet understand that, especially the guys that I'll go to the pub and they'll take the piss out of me for doing YouTube. So I just say fuck them, basically. Mr. Flads, are you a boobs or arse man? Both is not an option. This is an easy one for me. Boobs. Big, beautiful boobs. Don't get me wrong, I like an arse, but I like boobs. New World Shogun. Show is one of the original ones as well. He's probably been with me since... Wait, Show must be one of the sub 50 club, I'd have thought, at least. And he's a member of Arrogance of Aggression, who's the clan that I'm with, and we're good friends. And we haven't spoken a lot because he's had things to do in his own time. But another one who's just an excellent contributor to my channel, also has a voice that it would probably be morally okay to have sex with. And I'm sure you won't mind that, but there you go. Congrats at 700, bro. Seems like yesterday you just started your channel. My question is, aside from gaming and YouTube, do you have any other passions in life that you can't live without? Football is probably the biggest one, I'd have thought. I go through stages of being into things, but football has been a constant my entire life, and I'd be pretty unhappy without football. I suppose that when you say passion, I'm guessing you don't include family, because they're cool. So sometimes they're quite expensive, but they're cool. So yeah, I'm going to say football to you, dude. It's the Sniping Raccoon, Darren. Another one of a very long-term subscriber and friend. We've done videos together. We've done live streams together. It's been something that's just never seems to. We don't get sick of each other, which is quite unique. As I'm sure plenty of people do get sick of me. Anyway, his question is: if you could be Tron style sucked into a game and be a playable character, what game would it be, and who would you want to be your gamer to keep you alive? Now, I did think about going down the sentimental route and saying, oh, it's one of my friends, and I do that because that's the love. That's love that keeps me alive. Screw that. I'm going to be the survivor in Frankie's DayZ videos because he blatantly used God mode, and that means my ass is staying alive. So that was an easy one as far as I was concerned. Frankie, because he uses God mode and then denies it, but we all know he uses it and we don't care. Scarley. Scarley is, of all the people that subscribe to me, Scarley is probably the most vocal, and Leroy's catching him up certainly, but Scarley has promoted me everywhere, and I'm not saying that's not saying that you got other guys haven't, of course. Scarley has been an amazing contributor to my channel, and asks for nothing in return. I happen to enjoy his Formula 1 stuff, so it's mutual as far as I'm concerned, but I don't put in anywhere near the effort that he does into my channel. So very grateful for to have you around, Scarley. Thank you. Massive grats on 700 subs. Very well deserved. My question to you is, taking into account the current economical climate in China and the current civil unrest in Syria, do you think there should be more Skittles in a bag than there currently is? This is a very good question. And yes, I do think there should be more Skittles in a bag. The only issue with Skittles is that I tend to grab them by the handful, and those of you that have ever eaten Skittles will know exactly what I'm talking about. And then you grab a handful and you shove a handful in your mouth, and it hurts your jaw, but it tastes great. And then after a couple of handfuls, you realise that you've just eaten what probably equates to about half a kilo of sugar, and you start feeling very sick. But yes, there should be more Skittles in a bag, for certain. Game Master 27, this is the sexy Jesus of YouTube. This guy is a machine, and there are certain, but JK's the same as well, and Stalker Coffee is the same for his promotion as well. Sexy Jesus is a machine, and he keeps going, and his Let's Plays are, I would say, underviewed, because he does his silly little videos, but where he sort of just messes around, and they're good. They're good fun. They're nice and short. They're sweet, and they're to the point. But his Let's Plays are incredibly good, and I especially loved the Sniper Elite V2 one that he did the other month. That was very entertaining, and it was nice to. It was a very relaxed Let's Play. It's a very different style to a lot of people that you might see doing a Let's Play. Just a very enjoyable thing to do. Anyway, congrats on joining the 700 Club. My question: will you sing "Old Flads Has a Big Penis"? Well, I did tell you I was going to tell you. I did say I was going to be truthful with you guys, but I suppose I'll make the exception on this particular one. Old Flads, he has a big penis. I think one line's probably enough of that. Anyway, on to the next one, Mystic. Again, and someone that Mystic, he probably comments on every single video I do. It's not that I can't remember how long it's been subscribed to me. It's probably only, we're talking probably 3-4 months, I'd have thought. But I mean, in that time, he's probably put in as many comments as anyone, anywhere on the internet onto my channel. He's constantly giving me feedback, constantly talking to me, and then we even got to play Titanfall occasionally as well, which is cool, because I've got very few ways of repaying you guys for your efforts, and it's nice to be able to play with you guys at the very least whenever I can, and I'm very grateful for your effort. Great stuff, mate. 700 subs. Question: what got you started on YouTube and why? My YouTube career, if we're going to call it that, started because I thought I could upload a video, go viral, and become famous. That's all it was. I probably watched one too many Yogscast videos, I think, and I thought I could become famous off of YouTube. Turns out it's a sucky grind, if we're being totally honest. It's enjoyable, don't get me wrong, but the grind is real. And so is like the effort, the time you have to put in, mental amounts of time. But yeah, that's what got me started, if we're being honest. It'd be nice to say, oh, I wanted to share my experiences. Fuck. It was about me trying to become famous. And the goal still is 1 million subs, but it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's a lot of strain on my wife as well. But it's my hobby, so that's fine. Okay, we're going to move down now. Okay. Next up, vertical sprites. The sprite is someone that I've championed, so to speak. I saw him when he had, I don't know, like 20 subs, and I've tried to promote him as best I can, because I think quality-wise he has the best channel out of pretty much everyone, I think, within our circle. And that doesn't, I'm not saying, like, because there are certain people that get loads of subscribers through networking and because they're their friends and stuff. Sprite deserves everything he gets because of the quality of his channel. And I wish him the best of luck, and I'm glad I managed to push him over the 50 and the 100. I think it was the 50 we did first, then the 100, and then he went over 200 on his own. He's going to be a big channel, I think. And I'm not, like I say, I'm not knocking anyone else. His channel is exceptional. Congrats on the growth of your channel, pal. Totally deserved, and look forward to more. My question is there any game you would love to play or do videos of but can't because of the format it's on? My honest answer is no, and the reason my honest answer is no is because firstly, on the PC I have access to pretty much any game I want because of emulators. Secondly, the older games that we played as kids, I made the massive error of going back and playing GoldenEye again, and I should not have done that, because that was a bad thing. The memories we have, it's like with like ex-girlfriends. Like, you've got great memories of your ex-girlfriends, go get back with them, it's shit, it sucks, and it's no different with games. You go back to them and you realise how far gaming's come along, and you appreciate them for what they are, but the truth of the matter is that the memories you had do not equate to the reality of progress. So no, I don't. I have so many great games I get to play on PC that I don't have any other game that I would love to play at all and do videos on. Grazer Madhill. Grazer is part of the Ace of Spades community. Does a lot of Counter-Strike. He's also an incredibly good map maker as well. So he's I wouldn't say a long time supporter of me, but he's certainly put his efforts in towards my channel. So thank you for your support, Grazer. Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? Now, quality of the books. As much as I enjoy J.K. Rowling's style of writing, the Lord of the Rings books are phenomenal. Easily the best books I've ever read. So in that regard, I'm going to say Lord of the Rings. If we're talking about the films, I actually prefer the Harry Potter films. And although the Lord of the Rings films are epic, I think the Harry Potter films were very, very good, and I enjoyed those. So we call it like a 50-50 split. Mr. Sheepy Sheep, Jerome is... It's not, without sounding like a dick, I'm pretty sure Jerome is one of my biggest fans, and it's really humbling to have people like him that are constantly like, saying that they like are good and stuff. And it's a little bit embarrassing because I don't consider myself to be epic at YouTube. I try hard, but I understand that the quality of my videos isn't as good as some other people's. Yet Jerome is constantly telling me that it's good, and I appreciate that. It's nice to have that little thing there, that little boost. Like someone constantly blowing smoke up your ass. It's great. Toasted Shoes. Again, another member of the Ace of Spades community. Loves playing Rust. Loves playing Ace of Spades. He's got a really enjoyable and funny channel. Like him and his friends have a great time. He loves gaming, and it comes across in his videos as well. Again, someone that's been very supportive. We talk a lot on various mediums, Steam, Twitter, Facebook, well, not so much Twitter, but Facebook, and we're friends. Even though he's from Australia, I would consider him a friend, so that's cool. Congrats, Flads. I'm so happy for you. Thank you, dude. What inspires you to game, and is there any channels that inspire you to make videos? I would say that the Yogscast initially inspired me to make videos. Frankie on PC in 1080 inspires me to make better videos. And my inspiration to game, I just love it. I really genuinely love it, and I don't think there's anything outside of that is what inspires me to game. YouTube doesn't inspire me to game. YouTube is something that I love doing alongside gaming, but I get to see so many amazing things with all my first looks and betas and stuff that. And a lot of the alphas that I'm not even allowed to show you, I've seen some amazing games that never even made it. So it's just being part of it. I'd love to be part of the gaming industry. It would be amazing. TNT Matthew, am I cool? TNT Matthew, of course, another Ace of Spades community member. I've known him for a while now, and his question, the answer. I'll give you the answer, okay, and it will explain more. Am I cool? You said you'd answer anything. Answer that, or you're lying. Well, dude, I'm going to be honest. You were the only person thus far to hit 50 out of 50 in the custom map review. You're undoubtedly cool, as far as I'm concerned. So, yes, very cool. Guns for Show, Steve. I followed Steve's original channel, and Steve's been a very, very good supporter of me over the last sort of 3-4 months. Possibly longer. It's probably longer. It's probably closer to 6 to 8 months, I'd have thought. And even when he wasn't putting up videos, he was very constantly giving me good feedback, good comments, sensible comments, and he enjoys my Let's Plays, which lots of people don't. So I'm happy about that. So I'm grateful for your support, and he's a nice guy to meet. His channel has some incredibly honest and candid videos, which. There's a lot of sugarcoating goes on YouTube, and he doesn't pull any punches. And he's not a dick about it, like just doing a mad rant or anything like that. It's very well thought out, and very good YouTuber, very nice guy. And I think, although we don't converse a lot, I think we'd probably get on if we knew each other, like if we lived next door to each other. Congrats on the big 700, man. Do you think you'll ever return to playing COD, or do you think its days are over for you? Just made the deadline. He was talking about the cut-off for the questions. Will I return to COD? I absolutely, positively pray that Call of Duty make a game that will drag me back in, because I know a lot of people that have Call of Duty channels and they've only played a couple of Call of Duties, and they're like, oh, I'm a big COD fan. It's difficult for me to accept that fully, because I played COD since day zero. I am an absolute original Call of Duty player. I love the franchise. I love everything about it up to the current games, which, if I'm being honest, they're really poor. Black Ops 2 was quite cool, and Black Ops was, but then although Infinity Ward made the best Call of Duty, I think it's probably fair to say in COD 4, Treyarch are by far and away the more imaginative studio, and I love what has been done up to sort of recent times. So yes, I will certainly be doing COD if they make a game that I feel is worthy of the franchise, because Ghosts, as far as I'm concerned, is a piss poor excuse for a game. JK Rodriguez, JK Rod Gaming. JK and I have known each other for, I would guess, well over a year now, and we get on very well. I've done live streams with him. I've spoken to him a lot. We speak to each other a lot on Twitter. He has a fantastically well thought out commentary style. It's interesting because some of his videos might seem that they're dragging on, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but JK puts his points across in detail, so there's no quick fix with him. So I can imagine that some people think, Christ, this video's gone on for a long time, but I love that because it means he completely, as far as I'm concerned, he completely understands the game, which is BF4, which he plays a lot of. He completely understands it, and he obviously loves it very much. And he's very good at it as well, and it reflects on his channel. He's a great community guy as well, very hard working, and all round a great guy to know. Congratulations, amigo. What's your I believe I should say obrigado there. What's your favourite thing about YouTube and why? My favourite thing about YouTube. This is a difficult one. Because it'll be very easy for me to say, oh, it's the community interaction, and I love the community interaction. Is it my favourite thing about YouTube? I wouldn't say it's my favourite thing. I'm quite arrogant as a person, so I quite like seeing a good. I think the best feeling I get from YouTube is getting good comments, positive comments on videos that I've made well, and that sounds selfish. Yeah, that sounds really selfish. But my favourite thing about YouTube is making a video that I know is good. And I know I've put effort in. And some of my custom map review videos, I've put so many hours into. They've come out and they look, in my mind, really, really good. And I think that's probably my favourite thing about YouTube ever. I love lots of things about YouTube, but that's probably the favourite. Chris's Gaming Picks. If you could be any video game character from any console, who would you be? Also, would you be male or female, and the reason for it? This came in a couple of days ago, this question. I thought about this at work a lot, and I thought about things like Mario, or being someone from Call of Duty, or perhaps a little indie game character from Fist Puncher, which would be quite fun. I think I would be Link from Zelda, and the reason I'd be Link from Zelda is, firstly, it's got a great hat. Secondly, you can get away with wearing tights, which anyone that can do that and get away with it has got to be cool. And thirdly, bang Zelda. Why the hell wouldn't you want to be Link? So yeah, that's it. And finally, I know it's been a long video, but thank you if you are still watching. Melon Racer Pro, does my mouth taste like fish sauce? Most definitely. Cheers. 700 subscribers, awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Here's to 1,000, and goodbye.